Hello there, everybody. Are we live? Okay, we are. So, hello there in new 2021 year with new energy. Let us continue our development. Okie dokie, so just to recap, what we've done so far is we replaced our core FMT stuff with the micro FMT crate, and that allows us to significantly reduce the binary size for our code, because we were basically reaching the sizes that we wouldn't be able to fit in our flash, which is only 64K, and in here we managed to with replacing the FMT stuff, we are able to reduce the size quite nicely. But that's actually what we see in here, the 24K. That's not thanks to what we've done in the last episode, because then we only managed to reduce the size to about 30K. But what I've also added in the meanwhile, which is actually yesterday, is that I added those three things to our profile, which actually reduced the code even further. So basically this is a flag that's taken into account during the compilation, and the Z basically means to optimize for size. And that also helps. This is basically just to reducing the number of compilation units to just one. So there's another option that can be used. So just to recap, without those, our code size is 32K. So that's with our the micro FMT stuff, and then when we enable those, we go as low as 24K. So there's another option that can be added, which is this. Ooh, that's actually this. And this brings us down to a whopping 17K. But the problem with this is that our code then won't reload it. Oops. Yeah, our code then is so heavily optimized that it doesn't run, and I wasn't able to figure out why. Well, I know why. It's basically removing a massive amount of our code. There's basically I haven't found a way to tell the compiler, not to go crazy with this so much. So yeah, so basically the LTO option doesn't work, and it's the same for a similar option, which is what was it, tin, I think, because once you specify it as true, it's actually fat LTO, and this is a tin LTO, but that doesn't work either. So yeah, so basically I found that those options, they're the best in terms of reducing whatever we have there currently, whatever we have written currently. So I guess we're going to stay with this for the time being. So in that case, I just want to continue where we left off then, which is we have this. So actually, let me just compile this again. Let me load the code. So basically we're displaying our current RTC time, but because we removed the core FMT stuff with the micro FMT crate, we lost the capability of formatting the We lost the capability of formatting the output, because basically the micro FMT does not support the this syntax for, let's say, for in this case, for padding the numbers. So that means that we have to do this ourselves, because otherwise we're going to have this ugly looking time. So basically what we want right now is just to pad the numbers. So let's see if we can do this now. Yeah. Number 0 pad, maybe like that. And in here we're just going to pass in the number, and we're going to spit out a string. A string from the heapless crate. So I guess let's just we'll just keep it simple, and we're going to parse the number. So yeah, so that's our num string, and this is string new, and we're going to return the num string, and you write num string this. What am I doing? Num string, this has to be immutable, like that. And that's our number. Yeah. And then if the num string is len2, no, is of type len1, we are going to be prepending it with a 0. Like that. Well, with a 0. Just like that. And this is wrong, yes, like that. And that's like that. There it is. And now just let's stick it in. And that's it. Ah. Micro display is not implemented for heapless string. But we've added this. And I was under the impression that if you add this, you're implementing the micro FMT stuff for everything. Okay, but that only implements the URI for it. So I don't know what's the reason of, or why wouldn't micro display be not implemented? Okay, so that's disappointing slightly. So I guess for that we can just take and use the formatter directly, I think. So f.write write string. It takes a reference, so we have to do this, I guess. Like that. Ah, yeah, because we need to return it. And that's should be a reference. And the result. There it is. Okie dokie. So will that be better now? Ah, no, because we're still missing the columns. But let's load it anyway. Yeah, there it is. But we're still missing, forgot the columns. So actually like that. There. Okay, so what I want now is I want some sort of way of being able to edit the clock. So for example, because I went out of the debug mode. So if I switch to this screen, I want to be able to long press the button, and that should get me into some sort of like a clock edit mode or something like that. And there I should be able to just increment each segment of the time, minutes, hours, seconds. Yeah, so let's see how we can do this then. So we are checking the left, right. So so we should check for the long press as well, and have some sort of like G edit clock, edit time, something like that. Yeah, so that means that we need to have some sort of editing bool, I guess, and then so we initialize this to false, and like that. So clock, yeah, we don't care about this. Yeah, no, that's not the syntax. What is it? It's editing like that. And in here, no, that's not here. Where is it? Here. So self-render, so we print the clock. So editing, yeah, we'll get back to this in a second, because we first need to be able to edit this. So we named it edit time. So yeah, it's edit clock. So we're gonna have to put some sort of guard in here as well, so that we edit clock only if we're actually on the clock screen. So similar like this. No, where is it? Like this. So we have to check the current item. So current, print header. So this doesn't have to be public anymore, because we only use this internally now. So this has to be So edit clock, it's definitely going to be mutable self. Yeah. So what will happen here? So basically, if let view clock editing. So actually we care about the editing in this case. So if editing is self current menu item, so in that case we just toggle it. So let's no, not like that. So we will have to update basically the state within that enum field. So we will go mem, what is it, core, is it mem? No, what I'm doing, it's the other way, core mem is transmute. That's an unsafe one. So there was so it's not it's swap. Swap. So basically we want to swap it self dot what is it, view. It's been a while, I need to remember what we were. So it's in menu. So we basically want to replace this with our new enum with the edit field toggled, essentially. Where are we? Here. So self menu one with a new one. So view clock editing and negation of that. Like that. Yes, this has to be mutable. So mutable reference. There. Yeah, both of them. Yeah. There. So the long press will change the editing field, and that will allow us then to conditionally conditionally print information if we're in the edit mode or not. So where is it that we print a header? Here. So actually let's do it itsy bitsy nicer then. So we have our clock. Okay, this is getting confusing as well, because we have twice the clock with my very unimaginative namings. So okay, let's do it like that. We are going to have another node here, that's going to be RTC, and then is it RTC? No, I think it has to be more like a clock. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so src clock.rs, and we're going to throw all of this in here like that, and use stm, is it this one? We need RTC, and we need anything else? No, but we will need the time as well, which is this, along with the zero path function that we just created. So like that. Okay, so that means we need to use microFMT, and we will need the micro display, uWrite, and the uWrite, and what is it, formatter, like that. And we will need heapless. No, we would need the consts to give us the sizes, and string. Okay, boom. And what's going on here? Okay, so we will fix that now as well. So that's coming from the use create clock. Boom. Like that. And we're still missing, that's in the display. Yeah. Oops. Write clock. So we need to import this as well. That's not needed anymore. But we do need the unused imports, that's right. Okay, so oh, so do we have the yes, because of this. Okay. The Rust analyzer got confused a little bit as well. Looks like it. So now that we are changing it, so we need to make sure that we are in fact changing the edit mode in here. So that means the easiest to test this will be in the function where we're printing the header. So where's this? In here. Like that, and if it's false, we just go clock the way we had it here. But if it's true, still go clock. Like that, something like this, I guess. Let's see if that even works. So that's our clock. We hold the button and boom! Isn't that some beautiful edit mode? And if we press it again, we are back out of edit mode. That's because we didn't clear a screen. And it maintains the edit mode. Okay, and then we press it again. Boom. Okay, so that means we need to clear the screen for that. Just one other change that I want to do is the OpenOCD GDB. Let's kill this so that I don't have to press the C every time I want to continue. So edit clock. So this, and basically what we want to do is we want to self render is true, like that. Okay, so that's another step. So actually I want to test this anyway. Okay, so boom, edit mode, out of edit mode. Edit mode, boom, we're still in the edit mode. We hold the button and we go out of edit mode. There it is. Yeah, that's my phone flashing there. Doesn't matter. Okie dokie. So now every time we go into the edit mode, we want to have some sort of pointer that we can move to indicate which the elements of the time we're incrementing or we're modifying. So do this? So hours, minutes and seconds. And then we need some sort of a pointer as well in that case to see what are we actually editing. Is it hours, minutes or seconds? And then by changing that pointers we will move the indicator on the screen. So then that means it's edit hours, which is bool. So that already is getting messy. So that means we probably should do it like that, and then we have some sort of clock state, I guess. Oops. So then we have the struct clock state, and then we just keep it all in here. So the edit mode, edit hours, but then that's already getting messy as well. And then switching over those variables is going to be messy as well. We'll see. Let's continue. So minutes and edit seconds bool, and then we hour, minute and seconds, yeah. I hate it already because that's plenty of state to keep a track of. And we already have a time struct that keeps this for us, so why are we being silly? So that's our time. We just need to import this from here. Is that? Yeah. So from here and time, like that, and it is embedded after all, for crying out loud. So let's just do it like that, and we're just gonna go the embedded way. So we will have an edit mask, so the highest bit is going to be the overall edit mode. We're going to have the edit hours, which is going to be the next bit. The edit minutes, or M, as we call it around these parts. And then const edit seconds, which is going to be the lowest bit. And that's actually good, because then just by pressing the left-right button, we will be able to just cycle through those bits. So each press we will simply just shift the bit, and that will change the you know, what we're editing. Is it hours, seconds, or minutes? I think. So what is this? Because clock state doesn't. Okay. So like that. And time doesn't do this either. Boom. Yeah. So yeah, so probably we complicate this stuff for us further, but let's see. So so we have to instantiate this in here. So why don't we just implement the default for it? And so I think we can just actually derive it, because those are our primitives. Default and in here. So that means we don't have to implement it manually. Does that work? Yeah. So then that means that when we instantiate it in here, whenever we instantiate it in here, we can actually just do boom and then clock default. Like that's going to be instantiated only once when we start the application. So then we don't need a new function, but we do need something that will tell us if we're editing. Clock state. So a pub function editing is edit. Are we editing? I guess this is fine for now. And basically what we want to do is just return self edit and it with our edit mask, and we want to make sure that this guy is not 0. Is that right? So basically once we undid the value of edit with our mask, it should the only bit set that should remain is the bit responsible for the edit mode, and if it is set, that means that we're in the edit mode, essentially. So okay, so this is going to be complicated in here, but we'll see. So editing like that. So that's not editing actually. This is our state then. So clock state. And instead of doing this, we can do if clock state dot editing. I think. Oops. So if editing like this, and Jesus, am I making this awkward? View clock state if clock state. And actually, we don't need to make that check then. There. So we don't even need to do this. We can just do this. I think that's correct, but because of this, it doesn't auto format yet. So let's have a look. State. Okay, then this is becoming a little bit messy. So edit the clock. So then so actually no, it's not that bad, because then so blah 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 blah. So if state is editing, because that will toggle then. As in we want it to toggle. So we can do the match. No, we are going to rewrite the whole thing. So we will do match on self current menu item, and as well here view clock state if state editing. If it's editing, then we want to get out of the edit mode. So we want basically what we've done here, kinda. Boom. And we want it like this, and then clock state default. Yeah. And then if view state if we're not editing, we do want to get into our edit mode, but let clock state equals clock state default, because we want to create this, and then cs dot edit. We want to set this to edit mode, and let's say we start from the editing hours, and yeah, like that. Boom. And anything else, we do nothing. Yeah, 36. Where's that syntax error? Ah, Jesus. That was the issue. Okay. But yeah, so we 146 there. So we need to fix this then. So print clock. Ah yeah, in here we're just printing clock, so we don't care about this. We don't care about whatever is in here, at least for now, I think. Will we care? Don't know. We only print. Okay, so what's going here? CS edit. Ah yeah, because this thing is not mutable, and it should be. Constant is never used. Yeah, true. It's not never used for the time being. Okay, so let's see if we at least didn't lose functionality. So that's still working. Long press. Yes, there it is. And we get out of that. Okay. Okay, that's good. So the clock is in the edit mode now, so we probably want to prevent from navigating away from this. So that those two buttons, they will be responsible for, you know, moving the pointer to a different time segment. So yeah, let's have a look at that. So we will need to have a way to print some sort of, not print, like render some sort of pointer that will well, point at different elements now. So I guess a message, hold on. Okay, so we need some sort of way to print some indicator. So I'm guessing some simple underline or something like that is going to be enough. So print pointer, I guess. Self and so print pointer, and we will need some sort of coordinates. So I wonder if we just go with where's it, some sort of what's it, graphics. Let's make sure that it's on our version that we're using. So triangles, like a pointer, or actually simpler, like a line. Just line underneath the digits, or yeah, the digits. Yeah. So we'll need primitives line. We have style. Translate. No, we're not gonna need this. We will need this. And we will need the start point and the end point. So start point and end point. Yeah, ownership is fine, I guess, for now. So like that, and then that's our start. And that's our end, like that. And we cannot use the question mark, so we just unwrap. Error handling is something that we're gonna have to look at eventually. That's a self display. And we need to import the line, what was it? Primitives line. Rectangle and line. Okay. So we have this. And then print clock. So obviously, yes, I was totally off. We do care about this because now state, we basically care about the state now, because if we're in the match state.editing, because we just want to, if editing is false, yeah, we want to display this as usual. Like that. And then if it's true, like that. What's going on here? Like this. Yeah, of course. There. Okay, so but we also want to display the date. We also want to display the date apart from the pointers, and then we will need to check. We will need to check which actually we're editing. Is it hours or whatever? Yeah. So how do we do this? So basically, if we're editing, we have to display the if we're not editing, we're displaying the date that comes directly from the RTC. But otherwise, we just display the content of the clock state, right? Like that. It's text like that, and it's going to be state dot time. Yeah, because this is what we will be modifying whenever we adjust the date. And then self dot display. So actually no, it's this. Boom. We want everything else displayed the same as if it was the actual time, but additionally we are going to be displaying the line underneath it. So if state dot edit and edit hours, underline hours. Yeah. And by underline we mean self dot display dot print. How did we name it? Print pointer. Yeah, I guess. Print pointer. So the start is going to be what we start at 10 pixels, and the length of it is, what's our length? It's 8. So, and there's a couple of pixels, so let's say 20. So there's going to be a 20 pixels for oh no, sorry, that's a point. So we need a point new, which is that's the x. So the x moves. So yeah, this, and then whatever. How low is this? We print this at 30, and that has 16 pixels. Yeah, am I correct? That's the y. So print text. Yeah, so what is it? 45. And then the end is going to be point new. And then we shift this because the width of it is 20 pixels, so let's say 30 pixels and 45. Boom. And then, so what is it? 35 pixels, and then 55, and then 55. So what? 75. No, it's too far. That's going to be 60 and 80. There. Ah yeah, because we need, in Rust you have to be very explicit with everything. Boom. So let's see if we're even like in a ballpark of what we're trying to do. Because now if that works, then we can look into actually moving the pointer. Okay, so it doesn't display it now. Boom! Look at that! That's a nice pointer. There it is. But, and it's 0, 0, yeah. So I think that the short press should increment the value then. Okie dokie. So print clock. Print text, measure, so where are we now? Not print header. So edit clock. So edit clock. So I think we should take the we should take the RTC here as well. I guess. Well, not RTC, the clock. Like that. So then we don't have to do the default in here. Yeah, because I'm getting confused. This, because we convert this like that. Yeah, we can just get time in here. Yeah, because that gives us time. So yeah. So actually we might want a new in here. So pub function new, which will take a clock. Like that, and then we have self, oops, this. So our edit then is 0. But our time is clock dot get time, like that. Yeah. And clock. So then new and clock there. So we should basically maintain its current there, like that. Yeah. So it's slightly nicer. So we don't set all from 0. Okay. So now we have to be able to shift that pointer. So long press is edit clock, and then press button short press is going to be how we want to call this. We are shifting, incrementing, no, where are we? Coming up with names is horrible. That's going to be because what we're doing, we will be just selecting. So select, I guess. Yeah, because we're selecting. So public function select, and select is, at least at this stage of our application, only going to be applicable to the clock. So we're going to put our guard in there. So we want to execute select only when our view is pointed at our clock. Like that. And only when the state is in editing mode. What's this? Okay, I cannot do this like that. Okay, so much like that. View clock and state if state dot editing. Okay, so if it's editing, yeah, it's editing. Okay, and we don't care about anything else, I guess. So if it's editing, we need to keep the current. We need to get the current pointer. Edit, yeah. No, what I'm doing? We need to store it in a variable in a TMP. Dot editing, edit. But we only care about the lower 3 bits. Those the ones that point at seconds, minutes, and hours. We don't care about the overall most significant bit that points at the the overall edit of the clock. Okay, so once we have that, every time we press a button, we shift it down by 1 position. But we want it to be circular. So if the TMP reaches 0, because we shifted it all the way down, we want to restore it back and point at the 3rd bit. So then the TMP is equal to 4. Yeah. Yeah. And then, so that looks after the shifting of the pointer, and then we just simply want to restore it. State.edit is that we want to OR it with our TMP. Like that. And then once it's done, we want it to re-render. Re-render. Yeah, we forgot this little thing. Like that. Yeah, this has to be mutable. And yeah, I guess this as well. There. So with this we should be able to shift our pointer by pressing the select. So the short press should change the position of the of the underline, like that, and it's not. So let's see why. Oh yeah, that's because after changing our state, so this basically this doesn't update the state of this, so we have to do the swap anyway, like that. And then this is not a CS, then it's just state. So we just create a new instance with that new state, and we replace it with the old one. There. Yeah. So boom, long press, edit mode, short press. Well, interesting. Why is that? You get out, long press to get out, there, long press to get in, short press to increment, but it's printing all of those. So that means we're not, but we're shifting it. We are shifting it and then we're resetting it. Oh, that's because we're ORing it. So that means whatever is going to be there in those three lower bits from the previous button press, it's going to be stay there and ORed with the current TMP. So we actually need to clear this. And like that. And we have to do this with the inverse of that, because in C you would use this to have the the inverse of the bits, but in Rust you have to use the negation. So yeah, so basically this means now we are just clearing the previous state and we are applying the new one, the new state after shifting the bit. That was the problem. Come on. Boom, clock, long press. Boom, edit mode, short press. Moves the pointer perfectly, and then we get out of the edit mode. Oh, come on, long press, hold it, boom, there it is. So there we have a semi-functional menu now. Okay, so we have this, we have this, we have this. We don't do anything in here. So the last thing to do in that case is that in here, when we're leaving the edit mode, instead of doing the default, what we need to do is we need to kind of like apply the value of the time into the RTC. So how, oops, oh man, what did I do? Yeah, so edit clock. So let's have a look at our, what is it, RTC clock. So in here what we need is to have a wrapper for a set time. Set time, which is going to be a mutable self and a new time. Okay, and then, so let's have a look at the RTC stuff. We have set time, which is this. So we need to have a function that will convert our time struct into the U32. So we need to implement this, but in reverse, I guess. So not from 32, we need from time for U32. Like that. And we want this all in reverse. So we want so this is time, so we want the value so let counter equals value dot hours times 3600 plus value of minutes times 60 and plus value of seconds. And we can just simply return this, so we don't actually need to do this. There. Boom. Like that. Yeah, and we want all of this as U32. U32. Why expected? It's not expected. There. Oh, come on. Well, then this is not necessary. Isn't it? Boom. there. Okay, so blah 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 time. So then we can just simply go and do set time. We go self.rtc.setTime, and that'll be time.into. Yeah. Can just do this actually. Kidoki. And so then this is for our clock. Yeah, this is for our clock. Well, how do we access that actually? So edit clock, and we pass in the clock CS. Ah, yeah, okay. So in here, basically, clock state. Okay, so if it's not editing, we do this. So if we're editing, we don't do anything. But this is not true then. Because we're doing similar thing as in here. Like that. But we are also doing clock dot set time and set time, and then it's state dot time. Like that. This. Boom. But then this has to be immutable. Will that complicate our stuff? Let's have a look. Yeah, that's in mail. Can I do this? Oh. Okay, that's nice. So no, actually, what's going on here? So blah blah blah. so we don't edit this, we edit this. It's the CS, and then it's not the default anymore, then it's going to be the CS. Like that. Yeah, so we pass in the clock, we create a new clock state from that. Yeah, no, that's wrong. We don't do this because this will constantly that will actually pull it out of the RTC register. We don't want that. We actually want it to be this, the state, because the state is what we're going to be modifying now, actually. Like that. So then here, that's a state after modification. There, I think. So actually here, forward and backward. So those are the functions that we need to modify now, because here, this will change now, depending on the view we are in. So much self current menu item. So basically, if it's view clock state, if state editing, we do something, and anytime else we do this. Like that. Like that. Right? Because right now the up and down is going to be incrementing and decrementing the particular digits within the clock. And we want the same in here. Match self current menu item, and again, yeah, whatever for the time being, and then everything else we do this. Boom. So that means that in here we need to, so if the state is editing, we want to modify the hours, minutes, whatever, and then that means we need to check again what are we currently modifying. So if state dot edit and if edit hours state dot time dot hours incremented. Oh no, this is backward, so we want to decrement it, I guess, just to keep it consistent with this. Yeah, and if it's state dot edit and edit minutes, it's state dot time dot minutes. That's how we have it. Hours, minutes, seconds, yeah. And we decrement, yeah. And then again the same, if state.edit seconds. Boom. And we need this. Okay. Ah, Jesus. For now it's okay if those are public. Like that. Yeah, it's not declared as mutable. Yeah. Like that. And then we need to do this in reverse for the forward one. Like that. So this is not state. It's plus. That's plus. Boom. And then we need to update this. Like that, with the new state. And then again in here, with a new state. Yeah. Let's have a quick look. And I think once we have this working, I guess we call it a day. Because my kids are gonna be back soon. Okie dokie, and so we have something wrong. What is it? Well, yeah, definitely this. If state editing, yeah, would that prevent it from working? It's our button, blah blah blah. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, there it is. So that was it. So we can swap our screen. Is it visible? Yeah. We can swap our screen, both directions, and then we hold the button, the long press. That gets us into the edit mode. Short press moves the pointer. And then those guys, they whoa! Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, let's fix this really quick. We're going into some overflowing stuff. obviously we need to keep our hours and our minutes and stuff like that in our bounds. So if state.time.hours is more than 24, we're gonna keep it 24-hour clock. State.time.hours equals 0. Okay, and we need to do the same here but in reverse. Copy. So that was forward, that's backwards. Oops. Like that. So basically if is less than 0, but that's unsigned, so it won't let us overflow. Let 59. Exactly. So in this case there is checked subtraction, I guess. Yeah, checked subtraction. Is that how that works? Wait. Check subtraction. Yeah, returning none if overflow occurred. So we can do this a little bit nicer. So subtract 1. So actually, yeah, much. Yeah, so no much. It's if let none. There. There. Okay. So edit, long press, we can select those, overflow, nice, next one, $59, overflow top, nice, boom, overflow both ways. Okie dokie, and then the long press. Oops. Long press. Okay, we lost the ability to get out of the edit mode. And that's because we're being silly. Where went there? Edit clock. So if state is editing, blah blah blah, we only change the time, but we maintain the state of the edit bit flag. So state.edit equals 0. That's what should have happened. Boom. Oops, cannot assign. It has to be mutable. Ah, yes, I thought it was. Not. There. There it is. Boom, hold. Come on, long press. Boom, long press. Change it. Boom. Change it. Boom. Change it. Long press. So it should get out of the mode and preserve this time. Oh, come on, why you do this to me? Edit. Boom, there it is. Okay, I think we're done. Jesus, that was long. Yeah. So what we've done. So yeah, so we can update the clock state. We created a little edit screen, edit view for the clock where we can set the time, and yeah, so we can edit time now. And better still, we can persist it or apply it. So the only thing is that now if we're going to lose the power, the timer will disappear, and like that. Open LCD. So yeah, it's 0. But there's a way to work around that. So basically, there is a VB pin on the arm, on this arm, and actually I think it's on every STM that comes with the RTC peripheral, where we can apply a battery, and it will persist. So as long as the battery is connected, it will persist the content of the registers. And I think it gives you an additional couple of registers where you can store some sort of additional data as well. So yeah, so basically that's how you set RTC and use it for time measurement and timekeeping and stuff like that. And there's a couple of other options that we can use. So for example, we have a way to, where is it? RTC. We can, for example, set an alarm. So some sort of date in the future, we can set up alarm. And actually date is another thing that we can keep a track of. So maybe we can have a look at doing that as well. So, and then we can set an alarm, for example, at 8 o'clock in the morning or something like that. In the future, play a cat song, for example. Yeah, some sort of like a timer or whatever. So that's probably what we're gonna try to do in the future, to be honest, and maybe work a little bit more on the layout and stuff like that. Definitely, if it's going to be a clock, it has to be a little bit bigger than that. So there's probably a way to well, there is a way to basically use larger fonts. So here, for example. So right now here we keep the style as a part of the display, and because we only initialize it once. So I think the way to do this is to create multiple print text functions, so print text large, medium, small, or whatever, and then just which will keep allow us to change the style of it. So the clock can be in large, probably the measurements medium, whatever, but it doesn't matter. We'll see where we get with this once we meet again.